Hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Vortex. Once again, my name is Hikaru and I'm joined by Dark Relic. Today we're taking a look at a new game coming up that is currently in early beta called Raiderz, and that is Raiders with a Z. The game is an action RPG. It's based off of the style of gameplay it's more similar to a game like Vindictus, where the actual click of the mouse button is a swing of the sword, etc. It's got a neat feel to it, and we played a little bit of it, but this is really just a first look series where we're going to dive in, take a look, and see what the game has to offer. And we'll do some tutorial elements along the way, because, well, that's what we do. So this is the character creation for the game. It starts you right in as a female, apparently. So we're going to click back to male, make a guy here. You get 3 voice options. Character name, which should be no surprise to anybody. So you get the voice options. I don't think it really matters too much right now for the series, but obviously you want to sound as cool as humanly possible. Something that kind of tripped me up when I made the first character to try out the game is the character creation is a little tricky here. I was looking at it going, so I just put my name and choose a gender and I'm good to go. I didn't see these down here. Down at the bottom here, you click on these and it actually has all the different options, so you actually go through step by step. These are the 4 classes. I hesitate to call them classes. The reason I hesitate to call them classes is because you can mix them. They're pretty much just the skill trees. Each one of these is a skill tree. So you've got Defender, which is the shield and a sword, the sword and board, if you will. Berserker, which is the two-handed weapon. The Cleric, which is obviously the healer, and the Sorcerer, which is the magic user. Now, you'll notice here at the bottom, it states that your style, as they call these, determines the skills of your characters, basically the trees you get to spend points in. But you can actually spend points in multiple trees, so you can mix and match to make your own character. So something that Dark Relic had pointed out earlier, if you were to do a Defender and then splash into Cleric, you could easily make a Paladin. So giving you some custom ability in your character design, making your own classes, dual classing, etc. I also think that's neat if they start releasing extra styles down the road, that you could end up mixing and matching and really changing the game up by just adding one style, because it's one style mixed into all these possibilities. So we're going to do a Defender. Sword and board is the easy way to go. And then we'll go from there. Into appearance. Appearance is pretty basic, although I am impressed with the amount of options they give you. A significant amount of faces here. We're not going to spend too much time. We'll do that one there. He looks a little sullen. We'll use the mad-looking guy. So skin tone, I'm not going to give him makeup, but not surprised they gave you that option. Okay, the head is going to be the hair. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, you got the Three Stooges look. I think we'll just, there we go. We'll go the spiky mini cloud look. That'll work. Yeah, there we go. Old, grizzled, and wisdom heavy. There, the white hair. You gotta love it.
It's beautiful, like the hair's trying to escape his head.
There you go. Look at that face. We've got to run straight up. This is actually really neat. I was impressed by this. I'm not one to typically put tattoos and scars and stuff on my characters, but man, did they ever give you an option to do so. You have a choice of 25 different tattoos. If you choose one, it plops it on there, and you can move it anywhere on your face you want it to be. And then, of course, you can change the color of it, along with everything else there. Works really good and some pretty cool options. I'm going to go with none, though, because we don't really need that. Neat option, though. If that's something you're into, if you like the big face tattoo, you really have a lot of choices. Let's give let's leave it with green eyes. That's fine. The clothes, you get 2 options. So he can either have that with the crazy knee pads. Wow, look at those knee pads. Those are insane. Or this with not so crazy knee pads. We'll go with this, and let's give him some green clothes. I love the yeah. That's
oh, beautiful.
Wow.
He's a pretty princess.
No doubt. Yeah. We'll go green. So we'll go ahead and fire this up. It does offer you a posture button, so you can... Oh, jeez. So you can take a look at how he looks at the different postures with his weapon out and stuff like that. That guy seems very happy to be there. So we'll go ahead and fire this up. Now, I'm not sure of a release date for this game due to the fact that it's pretty early beta. We were given access to the game by the developer to go in and take a look and see if it was something we wanted to share, and I actually was impressed enough by it that I wanted to show you guys. I like the combat feel. It's got an action combat feel, which you'll see in a minute, and the controls feel pretty darn tight. It definitely intrigues me with boss fights and things like that. I think they would be quite interesting. It uses WASD to control, like you'd expect. You're constantly in mouse look mode. Keep that in mind. If you hit control, you have your mouse back, but you're constantly in mouse look mode otherwise. And the reasoning for this is not a turn-based style MMO like you're used to, where you hit your ability, he does the ability auto-targeting, etc. This is an action MMO. You're literally targeting the guy with your point of view and going from there. Okay, so quest, as you can see, you walk up and just hit E, and then he talks a lot. Now, what you'll see at the top here, I do have my mouse. I can click on this, but it also gives you an option not to have to use your mouse. It has the number 1 there. Now, if I hit number 1, it brings up the quest, and if I hit E, I accept the quest. Making it very easy. The key bindings are pretty intuitive and pretty simple to use. You do not have to use the mouse if you don't want to. You can stick with the action feel. So I probably should have read what he wanted me to do. Find Adjunct Montreal. My guess is my map is going to show me up. Yep, he's right there, right in front of me. There we go. The game actually looks pretty impressive. Now keep in mind this is an early beta, so any small errors, I know I found a couple of bugs a little earlier, but for beta this is actually really polished. I am impressed. The game is coming along quite nicely. The game has a neat atmosphere to it. The lighting is solid. It obviously has that cel shading look to it, that cartoonish look to it. But you know, I think they pull it off pretty well. The armor that you'll see a little later when I make it, it really shows the style they're going for, and I was impressed. What do you think of the look there, Dark Relic?
I think it looks beautiful, especially considering how early it is, like you were saying. I mean, the flowers. I mean, the fact that the floor is actually swaying in the wind and everything. I think I'm more than impressed.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive. I like it quite a bit. The style is it's the same type of style you see in a lot of MMOs nowadays, the WoW style, if you may, but they have a twist on it. The characters themselves and the fashion, I guess you can say, of the game is quite a bit different, and I appreciate what they're doing with it. Okay, we'll talk to this guy once again. He hit 1, and then complete the quest. So he wants us to. Let's see. Lizard Man Mercenaries. I can imagine I'm going to be killing Lizard Man Mercenaries. Sure enough. Oh, I like that. Win over Lizard Man Mercenaries. Yeah, that totally means kill them, I can guarantee it. Does he have another quest? Oh, yep. Deliver a letter. So we're a postman, and we're supposed to win over on some mercenaries. Okay, so your left click is attack. I mean, it's literally real time. You press the button and you swing, which is actually pretty cool. Feels good. I had noticed something on accident before. If you press the tab button, you have a different weapon. Nice. Apparently, I have a mace for some reason. I didn't really see anything different that it did, but maybe later on when you get further in the game, it'll do something different. We'll stick to the sword, maybe like a different combat style. I also have an ability on my bar there. Let's see what that does. Oh, it's a dash. Down he goes.
That right there, I'm really impressed with. That most other MMOs that I've played, in the initial tutorial stages, they'll say, oh, do this button, press this button to do this, press this button to do that. That does that, and it actually shows you a picture of it too.
Yeah, that is well done.
I mean, if you're one that just wants to, kind of just take a quick glance and then move past it and just you're like, okay, let's get this over with, or you just aren't paying that close of attention and you skip past it, you would have seen what to do at a glance. So
that is really good. It definitely is holding your hand at the beginning, which is good because this game isn't very common, the action style. At least not in the games I've played. Viewers can correct me in the comments if you've played more than just Vindictus like this. I'm sure there's more out there, but I don't have personal experience with this type of style. It's different than the DCUO style, because I know some of you are probably thinking that we play DCUO, but which we do. It feels different than that style. It has a different feel to it. It's hard to explain. To loot the corpses or loot the bodies, it's just E. It seems like E is going to be the go-to button for using and actions and stuff like that. The right click, if you hold it down, is a block. I'm really getting almost a console feel to this, like a console game action RPG feel to this. I like it. It's really tight controls.
And left click for scaly justice.
Indeed, we have to win over them. Oh, did he just pick me up? Oh, Okay, I can't say I saw that coming, but he just face planted me into the ground.
That's awesome.
That was cool and unexpected. I will give them credit for that. That was neat. I don't know how I was supposed to stop that, but I got face planted. Looks like we need one more. I like how they're holding their shield up too. It appears like they've got dynamic animations to what they're supposed to be doing. I like that. Okay, so we finished that.
I'll see your scaly justice and raise you dirt pie.
There you go. You might win over me this day, but you are going to eat from that mud. Control, yeah, turns the cursor on and off. We had already talked about that. That's a good thing to know in case you need to get into menus or something. Oh, look at that. It's like a old ship. Now, when I first saw this, I thought auto run was going to actually make me run faster, but it's just like number lock. It just makes you run without pressing a button. This appears to be my max speed at the current moment. Can't say I'm too incredibly happy about that because I'm telling you, we are moving slow. I can probably walk faster than this guy's running. But, take what you got, I guess. Looks like on the map there it's upstairs. Yep. Upstairs. I really didn't play too far into this game, so this is all... We're kind of learning this as we go together.
Hey, baby.
Okay, so we have 2 completed, so 1, and E. 1, and E. Oh, I leveled up. Speak to the blacksmith. Okay, so we're going to make a weapon. Okay, so it says you can learn a skill. So you press T. These are the trees. So this is a basic skill tree method. The way it works is you get points each time you level. In this case, we got 1 point. It shows down here the skill points used in each tree. As you can see, I have access to all the trees. Now, it doesn't look like I can put points into the other trees yet, but I'm sure there's a way to unlock those at a later level, allowing me to dual classes or tri-class like it says in the character creation screen. I am going to go for... Let's do this stunning smash. 200% physical attack and immobilizes. That works. Gives me the ability, pops it into my bar.
If it's anything like any of the other MMOs, the immobilization is just so handy.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have the mob not chasing you down when you need a moment to rest.
Especially soloing.
Eliminate CE bosses. Okay. I don't have to win them over? Okay. Well, there's the blacksmith. Let's talk to him first. Oh, I remember this. Okay, he wants us to take out the shield crabs. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to shield bash you.
What a crazy blacksmith.
Now, if we go into this to build our sword, we need copper ore. Now, at first I'm like, I'm not exactly sure where I get copper ore. It didn't really tell me how to do that. But then I saw this in the corner, and it tells me who drops it.
Oh.
And I couldn't help but notice that the first thing was the shield crab. So I'm like, oh, so the quest he gave me, they just happened to drop it. So I guess I'll go do his quest first. I also noticed it has those CE bosses on there too I've got to kill. So we'll go do that. We'll do both of those. So those are back here.
Nice and handy.
That is handy that it gives you a drop list right in the game. Normally you got to look it up on some wiki or something. But they just hand you the information. Crafting, from what I've seen so far, appears to be a big part of this game, so it's important to know. Oops, I missed. Apparently judging speed and distance is another thing I've got to keep in mind. And down he goes. Okay. Oh, not quite any from him. Let's try one of these E-bosses. Oh, there we go. I missed again. He's like, what is that guy doing? Oh. Okay, this is awesome. So you can actually break off parts of monsters. So in this case, we broke off his hammer. Now, I happen to know that once you loot something, you lose it. So I'm going to loot him first and then take his hammer. So this is pretty awesome. I experienced this in my little bit of playing when I was trying to get the hell of the game here and handle the game. Check this out.
Good Lord.
Yeah, he's dead.
I think you broke the planet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I could just imagine some of the weapons you're going to pull off of guys. Not to mention the fact the concept of breaking things off of them. I don't know if it's based off of how well you do in battle or how hard you hit them or how that's determined, but that is pretty awesome. I have to say that is a neat concept.